Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening here on.
Carlos, make
present.
sure you press your, there you go. So
Okay.
it's green.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming in person and online. I'm Carlos Gonzalez with Federal Highway Administration, and I'm here with my colleagues, Miss Erica Thompson and Miss Kathy Kendall. We're here as part of the Federal Highway Administration, Federal Transit Administration joint federal review of the Miami-Dade TPO. This review is conducted every 4 years, and the main purpose of the review is to ensure that the MPO, that the agency is complying with the federal regulations. The purpose, the main format of this is going to be, we're going to call the name of the person and we're going to provide 2 minutes to provide your comments. The purpose of it is not to focus on on specific projects, however, on your thoughts and your opinions and your comments of how the Miami-Dade TPO is conducting their planning process. So we're gonna go with the folks in here first, and then folks in the room first, and then the persons online. And once a reminder, we have 2 minutes to speak. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Carlos, thank you and welcome, and thank you to the federal team. We appreciate this opportunity. We did have a request from a participant online, if you would allow them to go first for scheduling. He's not, and he has not joined yet, so my apologies.
And before we begin, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We also have the Federal Transit Administration on the line, I believe, Ms. Aries Little. Aries, would you like to say hello from online?
She's not online.
She's not online. Okay, hopefully she'll be joining us shortly, since this is it's a joint Federal Highway Administration, Federal Transit Administration public input meeting. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'll be calling the name, and if you would, please come to the podium and please provide your first and last name and your address. I correct myself. I have the information right here.
We're going to have the online first.
It's not there.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
please, Mr. Gus Cabrera, if you would please come to the podium.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Pleasure to be here. And as you said, my name is Gus Cabrera. I serve as the president of the Land Builders Association. We're one of the largest Hispanic construction trade associations in the U.S. Hundreds of members and thousands of legacy members. And one of the aim of our association is to serve as an advocate for the building trade and housing initiatives that are so important in our community. And a central component of those initiatives and our advocacy is transportation, how it engages, interacts, and serves housing initiatives. And I'm actually here to simply thank the TPO and its leadership for not only the guidance and the vision they offer for their leadership on transportation issues. Not many of us are transportation professionals, so we lean on the leadership of the TPO, both participants on the board and active leadership, especially Executive Director Eileen Bouclé, Vice Chair and the Chairman of the County Commission, Oliver Gilbert, that was so instrumental in leading the rapid transit zones initiatives that we think is going to really be transformational to our community. The current chair, Mayor Steve Bovo, who has been a leader in transportation previously with this SFRTA when he was on the County Commission, and now as the chair of the TPO. We think that leadership, not only for groups, advocate groups like ours, but for our community as a whole, our county as a whole, the residents of Miami-Dade County, is invaluable. So on behalf of our executive board and our board of directors, we again want to thank and acknowledge and recognize the TPO for what they've done and what they continue to do. And we look forward to being, a partner with them and continue to be educated by them in the many things they're doing. So those are my comments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cabrera. Appreciate it. Okay, the next person I have on the list is Carla Damien. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Or Damian?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting us to participate. I am here on behalf of my Executive Director, Javier Bencor, for the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust. He unfortunately couldn't be here today, but we felt that it was very important to be here and participate, as the TPO has been an excellent partner, transportation partner, want to lend our support. So on behalf of him, but first, my name, Carla Damien, I'm the Chief Community Engagement Officer for, again, the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust. And do you need the address? Okay, great.
We have,
So as you may know from Javier, as you may know, the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust, also known as CITT, is an independent oversight board that was established in November 2002 to oversee the People's Transportation Plan, which is funded by the proceeds from the half-penny sales surtax. Among these projects are the rapid transit corridors in the SMART program. The CITT works closely with the Miami-Dade Transportation Plan Organization to provide funding for the studies and construction of the rapid transit corridors in the SMART program. In addition, the CITT is also involved in the TPO's long-range transportation plan and other strategic planning processes and programs. Many municipalities are also using their share of surtax dollars to help fund the SMART demonstration projects, which have proven to be a big success. We look forward to continue to working with the TPO in the development of projects that address our current and our future transportation needs. So this is from Javier Bencor, Executive Director of the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much,
thank you.
Damien. Appreciate the comments. Okay, the next person on the list is Jeremy Mullins. I got that correctly, sir?
Yes. Good evening. Jeremy Mullings. I am the director of a program called South Florida Commuter Services. It is the transportation demand management program of the Florida Department of Transportation for South Florida, essentially. So the region that we cover is essentially all of the Treasure Coast in South Florida, all the way down to Key West. So, my former life, I worked for the Department of Transportation. I worked as an MPO liaison, so I'm pretty familiar with the process and I understand how important this is. So number one, I'm honored to be here. I drove from Fort Lauderdale just to get these 2 minutes. That's how important it is for me to express to the MPO how much I appreciate the partnership that we have and how easy they are to work with, how much they facilitate this environment of productivity that allows folks like myself and my team to, if I may say so, do pretty well. Our primary focus is getting cars off the road. And even just now I overheard Eileen speaking, and our goal isn't to really vilify people for driving. You want to drive, you work hard, you want to buy a nice car, that's your decision. But at the same time, we do want to make other options more attractive and make people aware that there are other options that may be available to them. And I can tell you that where we exist is right there where I like to call the sweet spot of marketing and planning, and every aspect of public outreach, public engagement, and of course, transportation planning has been, nothing but productive. Working with the staff on the TPO, they're very accessible. I like to use the word seamless in how we work, and knowing that we are a program of the DOT, I've seen many scenarios where the DOT and the MPOs can't even be in the same room, and I don't believe that's the case here, specifically, at least when it comes to the program that we work in, which is helping to get cars off the road, making transit, micromobility more attractive, and making the public aware of the benefits associated with them.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mullins. Okay, the next person, we have Jose Ramos.
Good evening. Thank you for having the opportunity here to speak to you today. I am here my name is Jose Ramos. I am the Division Director of Aviation Planning, Land Use and Grants at Miami International Airport. I'm here on behalf of the Aviation Department and particularly on behalf of our Director, Ralph Gutierrez, to give our support to TPO. We have a long history of working together with the TPO. I am I attend and I'm the designated airport representative at the Transportation Planning Council. We just had a meeting just yesterday and we vote on many important issues as they come across. We also, as the grants administrator for the airport, I oversee the grants that both FDOT and FAA do provide us. So to us, we have a very good relationship with the TIP, with Chris Rosenberg and the development of the TIP and outlining the projects, and we have in our work program, so on and so forth. More recently, we've been engaged with the TPO as far as cooperating on an urban air mobility study that they're doing. Urban air mobility or advanced air mobility is a new technology. It's in its infancy, but it's coming along. We, as the airport, obviously our main focus, we've been an advocate of this technology, but our main focus is to protect our legacy aviation. And to protect it, to both accept this new technology, but also protect our legacy airport. So towards that end, we've been working on a master plan for the airport and also working as with the TPO on their urban air mobility plan. So, together working with the TPO and their plan, we want to make sure that we protect, again, airport, protecting for proper land uses, and a whole series of things that they're currently outlining as part of their study. So again, thank you. And any questions, I'm here, I'll be here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Ramos. The next person on the list is Stanley Regan. Did I get that correctly? Regan. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Stanley Rigaud. I'm with Miami-Dade Beacon Council. Thank you for the opportunity to come here. I'm here on behalf of Miami-Dade Beacon Council. Miami-Dade Beacon Council is the official economic development organization for Miami-Dade County, and we're tasked with bringing new business to the county. I'm also the lead for the trade and logistics industry sector for Miami-Dade County. I've been with them for just under 10 years now. I also have the privilege of chairing the Freight Transportation Advisory Committee for the TPO. And our work is to advise the TPO on freight transportation movement and traffic needs. We just had our meeting, our February meeting just yesterday. I work closely with Kevin Walford, who's a transportation planner for Miami-Dade County. And we're constantly looking at cargo, how we support our airport, our seaport, and make sure that the flow of traffic is in a way that doesn't hurt the resident of Miami-Dade County. So thank you for allowing me to say a few words. Nice to see you again, Director Bouclé, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rigaud. Appreciate it. And just a note for the persons online, we're taking the comments from the persons in the room, and then we will proceed to take the questions from the persons online. The next person we have in here is Michael Bello. Is that correct? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Michael Bello, and I am the planning manager at Port Miami. I'm here on behalf of Port Miami and Port Miami's director, Heidi Webb. I would like to take a moment to speak in support of the Miami-Dade County Transportation Planning Organization. The TPO has been a long-standing partner in collaboration throughout the seaport's growth. We greatly appreciate the TPO's programs provided to the port as they bring us together with the county and in coordination with our transportation efforts in a way that optimizes the county's near and long-range transportation initiatives. Programs like the Transportation Improvement Program, the TIP, and the Long Range Transportation Plan, the LRTP, have not only shed light to emerging technologies, innovative research, and projects, but drive improvements to existing systems that continue to unify our communities and embrace the seaport's operations. The port also appreciates the TPO's collaboration with us during the Port Industry Forum, such as during last year's Transportation Summit. We look forward to further industry forums, such as the upcoming CoMotion at Port Miami, that continue to support our industry. Port Miami also appreciates the TPO's collaboration and support for all our federal and state grant applications. And with a presence in the heart of Miami and an influence that reaches worldwide, Port Miami is fortunate to have the support of the Miami-Dade TPO and its exceptional leadership. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Bello. Just wanted to say that we have our FTA partner on the line. Aries, would you like to say greetings to the folks online?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aries Little, and I'm the recent pre-award manager for FTA for the District 6 area in Florida. So I look forward to working with everyone and enjoying the meeting.
Great. Thank you very much. And just a reminder, this is a joint review with Federal Highway Administration and Federal Transit Administration. So, and we have one additional person online, Ms. Jennifer Fu. Please come to the podium. Yes, ma'am. Did I say the name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. And if you would, provide your comments, please. Thank you.
Okay. Well, on behalf of Florida International University's Geographic Information Systems Center, I am honored to be invited to present at today's meeting. And I've been working with Elizabeth Rockwell for the past 18 years. And we have developed a number of web decision-making tools. Most recently is the Equity Transportation Assessment Program. And basically trying to facilitate planners and managers to make decisions when it comes to transportation planning. And again, if you guys have any questions, please visit our website at TPO transportationplanner.org. And we're happy to serve the community.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. Appreciate it. Elizabeth, is there anybody else in the room at this point?
I think that's it. Regina, Paul, is there anybody else? Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Carlos, that is the individuals that are in the audience. We will now, if you want to, move to the individuals that are online.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like me to call them out?
Yes, please.
Okay, very good. We'll first start off with Alton Sears. Mr. Sears, if you have 2 minutes to give your testimony for the TPO. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to start off by commending the Transportation Planning Office and its staff, as well as the federal partners. I work here at Miami-Dade's Community Action and Human Services Department. We have community advisory committees in 16 low-income target areas throughout all of Miami-Dade County. We value the relationship that has been built and sustained between our department and the TPO in the conveyance of information about the SMART plan, the Rapid Transit Plan, the 5-year plan, the 20-year plan, everything that the TPO is responsible for implementing. We view that there's significant value that we gain and the citizens gain by having community presentations, access to information, giving them an opportunity to participate in surveys, complete the surveys, and to give feedback on their perspective regarding recommendations that would enhance transportation in Miami-Dade County. It is very critical. It's a very critical and necessary point for us to make sure that residents get an opportunity to be engaged in the process, to give input, and we appreciate this relationship that has been built and sustained over the years. The staff at the TPO do a tremendous job of submitting information, distributing information, explaining information, and then also culling the input of the residents of Miami-Dade County. So this is a viable and valuable mechanism. It serves as a great impetus for long-term sustainable involvement of citizens being engaged in the planning process. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to participate in this forum this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Sears.
Carlos, next we have Barbara Handrahan.
And Ms. Barbara, I forgot, if you would please provide your name and your please provide your name and your agency if you're representing an agency. Thank you.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara Handrahan. I am with the South Florida Regional Transportation Authority, also known as Tri-Rail. We are a 73.5 mile regional commuter rail system that serves Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and Palm Beach counties. We'd like to express our appreciation for our partnership with the TPO. The TPO is a strong supporter of local and regional transit and has been an invaluable partner to SFRTA. The TPO conducts major planning efforts throughout the year and mutually benefit and advance transit for all service providers in Miami-Dade County and the region. The TPO also provides direct planning and funding support for SFRTA's Tri-Rail commuter rail service. This support greatly improves Tri-Rail service, capacity, operations, and multimodal connectivity. The TPO is further committed to planning efficient regional transit through collaboration with Broward and Palm Beach County MPOs as well. And together with these MPOs, they are planning for regional transit in one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the United States. And we'd like to thank the TPO for investing in the South Florida's future.
Thank you very much, Ms. Barbara. And as an interim comment, I'd just like to thank everyone that's still online and the folks that are online for your comments. They're very much appreciated as part of the planning process. The next person, please.
Yes, we have Miss Brenda Dome.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Brenda Dome, and on behalf of Thomas Hartley, Florida International University's AVP for Operations and Safety, who oversees the Department of Parking, Transportation, and Sustainability. As a large commuter school, FIU is approximately seeing about 55,000 registered students annually and over 24,000 vehicles entering campus. Seeking alternative transportation modes that bridge the first and last mile gap is extremely important for FIU. With TPO's collaboration and guidance, we have initiated an on-demand transportation initiative bridging this first and last mile gap. This highly successful program has transported over 7,400 passengers last month. We look forward to continuing to expand this program to provide transportation alternatives for our community. Tom works closely with Eileen and her team, and he continues to seek opportunities and guidance on future collaborative projects with TPO, which include expanding the bike lanes at our Modesto Medici campus, and also contributing and continuing to bridge the gap on first and last mile opportunities through Go Connect in collaboration with our Panther station. FIU is extremely appreciative of TPO's invaluable guidance and partnership, and we look forward to continuing our collaboration and working towards a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Brenda. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And next we have Ms. Christina Crespi.
Thank you for having me. My name is Christina Crespi, and I'm the CEO and Executive Director of the Miami Downtown Development Authority. We are the economic development agency for the city of Miami, generating close to 40 billion in economic output for the region. The Miami DDA has nearly 115,000 residents and nearly 250,000 daytime workers in a 2.5-mile radius. So there is no more important time than now to work together to find solutions to ensure people are able to move efficiently in our very dense downtown, which drives our economic impact regionally and brings not only business, but supports the quality of life for our residents and visitors throughout our urban core. The TPO has been an essential partner in these efforts for the Miami DDA. Together, we have worked to create and implement mobility and connectivity solutions to ensure downtown thrives. Projects and solutions that ensure pedestrian safety, get people out of their cars, such as our essential bike lanes in downtown, the Underline, and future projects that we would like to see on FDOT's work programs, such as the Baywalk and the Biscayne Green Project, are all projects the DDA and the TPO have been working on together. I would especially like to thank Executive Director Eileen Bouclé for her support and the entire County Commission, especially Chairman Oliver Gilbert and Miami DDA Vice Chairwoman Commissioner Eileen Higgins for their forward-thinking leadership and guidance to move these essential solutions forward. Thank you to the entire TPO for your continued support of downtown Miami.
Thank you very much, Miss Christina.
Next, we have Miss Darlene Fernandez.
Good evening. My name is Juan Toledo. I'm here on behalf of Darlene Fernandez and the Miami-Dade Expressway Authority. We just want to say that, we've been working with the TPO for as long as we've been around, and we support their initiatives for the SMART plan with the implementation of our bus lanes that we've implemented on 836 to promote the East-West corridor and the express bus services. And we further collaborate with the TPO in Miami-Dade County to provide enhanced services to the express bus service. And we look forward to continuing to work with the TPO to see how we can expand on providing transit on our expressway system.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fernandez.
Next, we have Miss Isabel Casio Carballo.
Good afternoon. My name is Isabel Cusio Carballo. I'm the Executive Director of the South Florida Regional Planning Council. Ours is a regional planning agency, one of 10 in the state. Our region is Monroe, Miami-Dade, and Broward. For more than 20 years, we've been working very closely with Miami-Dade. Really consist of elected officials from Monroe, Miami-Dade, and Broward County Commissions, municipal electeds, as well as governor's appointees. And I'm going to invite my principal planner, Christina Miskis, to say a few words, but I just wanted to say that for us, the TPO, we work on so many things together. They're crucial to our regional coordination. TPO is blessed to have Eileen Bouclé as our executive director and our excellent staff. So please support them. We certainly do. So Christina, do you want to just jump in real quick and let the board know what we've been doing with them? You're on mute, Christina.
Good afternoon, good evening. This is Christina Miskis, Principal Planner with the South Florida Regional Planning Council. I just want to reiterate our appreciation for the partnerships that we've been able to build with the Miami-Dade TPO on a regional level. We've been working with them also since the founding of the Regional Planning Council, and Eileen Bouclé has been an excellent leader in recent efforts. More specifically, more recently, we're partners in holding a first last mile convening at the regional level where Miami-Dade practices on first last mile connections were highlighted as best practices that we wanted to emulate throughout the region. So they are really a leader in best practices and the kinds of goals and objectives we want to meet for a successful regional mobility network that is accessible to all. We worked with them on a COVID travel behavior study that was really important to determine the short-term and long-term effects of the COVID pandemic on travel behavior in Miami-Dade County. So they're really on the cutting edge. They don't really leave issues behind. They're always forward-thinking and up with current issues. We worked with them on a modal split study to understand the modal split along their smart plan corridors, to understand exactly what portion of the community was accessing transit versus single occupancy vehicles. In addition, we did a parking study to understand the cost of parking in Miami-Dade County. And we're working on affordable housing issues with them as well, which is a regional issue of great importance to the council. And the TPO is very interested in understanding the nexus between transit and affordable, and the availability and success of affordable housing and workforce housing initiatives in Miami-Dade County. So we also are partners with them on the regional transportation plan process and serve on the Regional Transportation Technical Advisory Committee with them. So we've been firsthand witnesses to the excellent coordination that is done at the regional level with the counties to the south and the counties to the north and all the municipalities within. So we just want to commend the TPO for their leadership and for being a wonderful partner to the Regional Planning Council.
Thank you very much, Ms. Isabel and Ms. Christina.
Thank you.
And next we have Mr. James Murley. James, Mr. Murley, you're on mute.
Yeah, hi. I just pulled my vehicle over to the side so I could talk to you first an hour in the middle of a South Florida rainstorm. I apologize if this. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. James Murley, Chief Resilience Officer for Miami-Dade County. I'm one of many departments that reports to Mayor Daniela Levine-Cava, our Chief Executive, that work on a regular basis with the Transportation Planning Organization. We certainly applaud the coordination that they provide to our entire county, all of our 34 cities, the other regional transportation authorities. Specifically, the TPO joined with my office about a year ago to produce a document that connected the major policy points of resilience and transportation planning in Miami-Dade County. We were able to give that to our new county commissioners, who are also transportation planning organization members, and show them those key linkages. We are responsible for the climate change programs in Miami-Dade County, and that includes focusing on reducing greenhouse gases and extreme heat. And in both those categories, the TPO has been shown initiative and helping us look at cool pavement options, and to I think in the update of the 2045 plan, they've got a specific focus on resilience and climate issues, which we'll be assisting them on. Great professional and personal relationships exist between the organizations, and I'm happy to have a chance to share that with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. James. Please be safe.
Yeah, safe and dry here.
Yes. Yes. Next, we have Mr. Matthew Monica.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Monica. I'm the Vice President of Governmental Affairs for the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce. I'm here at the request of Chamber President and CEO Alfred Sanchez. The Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce is a proud champion of the Greater Miami business community. Founded in 1907, the Chamber has over 900 member businesses representing over 400,000 employees. I'd like to thank the TPO for being an excellent partner and source of expert transportation insights. Transportation is one of the four main pillars of advocacy for the Chamber. Executive Director Eileen Bouclé and other partners were included in the Chamber's process for selecting legislative priorities for the year. And the TPO's expert knowledge and guidance was essential in forming our transportation policy. We are actively advocating for these transportation priorities at the state in Tallahassee and with our congressional delegation in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew.
Next, we have Miss Patrice Gillespie Smith.
Good evening. My name is Patrice Gillespie Smith, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the Underline. We are a 10-mile linear park that will be completed by 2026. This project was originally conceived as a bike and pedestrian safety project, and the TPO has been with us since the very beginning. With more than 1.5 million annual visitors, we can attest to you the need for demand, or the demand for bike and pedestrian infrastructure in South Florida. We are grateful for the TPO's leadership throughout our planning, construction, and operating phases. Director Bouclet, Chairman Bovo, and former Chair Gilbert have demonstrated their passion for multimodalism every single day. And we are thrilled that we've been able to partner with them on several innovative endeavors, including the Smart Trails study. Additionally, we recently worked with the TPO and agreed to be one of their members of the Bike Master Plan Advisory Committee. And Kevin Wolford serves on our Conservancy Board, so we are thrilled to get his insights through an advisory capacity. And lastly, we just partnered with Director Bouclet and her team on hosting the Dutch Cycling Embassy to help South Florida envision what the Dutch bike culture could be like in our community. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Patrice.
Next, we have Mr. Rafael Casals.
Thank you, Director Bouclet, and welcome everyone. What a great panel here, and the folks that are there. I mean, it's just a tribute to Director Bouclet to grab everybody, you know, at a 6:30 after long days, right? So I want to say at least thank you for that. I think from my standpoint is my name is Ralph Casals, Town Manager, Town of Cutler Bay, Florida. We're about 45,000 residents, only a couple thousand away from being on that TPO seat, but we're getting there. First, I'd like to thank, you know, the TPO and their staff. I mean, I've been in this business for over 37 years, and the amount of outreach and communication that is very transparent with the municipalities, it's amazing. Director Bouclet and her staff, they regularly participate, attend Miami-Dade County League of Cities meetings where the elected officials get together once a month, in addition to the Miami-Dade County City Manager Association meeting, which I was past president, you know, for 2 terms. And which is great. But I think more importantly, you know, when I say boots on the ground for Cutler Bay, the SMART plan for the South Dade Transitway, it's a $300 million investment. And that right there, it was a spark for us to have a $1.5 billion investment in Cutler Bay and the Southland Mall. And this transitway was one of the integral parts of it. So that all goes kind of how everything kind of gets all mixed together, you know, the great stuff that our friends from the Underline are doing, right? You know, so all that kind of gets together in the South Dade community. Another one also are on-demand services that we have. It is a free service funded through a TPO, through FDOT, and then also you just heard our friends from the CITT mention, we leverage that. We have over 5,400 residents that use it on a monthly basis, are on demand. I call it the free government Uber, right? So people understand it that way. And also we have a municipal town circulator that moves another 4,000 residents on a monthly basis. So I think that for us in Cutler Bay, we're very fortunate to have been funded through a lot of master plans that involves a lot of public engagement meetings, which also result in us getting funding for different types of complete street projects, which we have received different awards for throughout in the industry. So I think that that's something that's attributed to the TPO. And again, I just want to take my 2 minutes and from the municipal standpoint, they work very closely with all the municipalities. Her staff is literally, when they say a phone call away, they are a phone call away. So on behalf of the mayor and town council, town of Cutler Bay, you know, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rafael.
I do not see Is there anyone in attendees that wants to speak? Please raise your hand, your virtual hand. If there's anybody else that wants to speak. Okay, I don't see any other individuals that want to speak at this time.
Okay, at this time, I just, instead of just waiting here in silence, I just want to, kind of, reiterate what I heard. I mean, that you were, they received accolades, for so many different, topics, for housing, transit, first and last mile, coordination, leadership, resiliency, short and long range plans, freight, economic development, bike ped safety, public involvement, smart plan, on-demand transit, and many other things. So we'll wait because the commitment was to stay here from 6 to 7. And at this time, is there anybody else that raised their hand?
Not at this time. Again, if you're online and you want to speak, please raise your hand and we will move you over to speak.
Okay, okay. And once again, it's just this is not always protocol, but if there's anybody in the room that would like to provide additional comments, if nobody is online or nobody comes in, I would invite people to do that if you'd like. And if nobody online, I mean nobody in the room would like to, we invite folks on the online to provide your comments.
Okay. No, doesn't.
Nobody yet?
I don't
Okay.
think so. No.
Yes, sir. And if you would please provide your name and your agency, please.
Once again, I'm Stanley Rigo. I'm the council. I serve as vice president of treatment districts for the council, but I didn't have a prepared statement.
You're both ways.
I didn't have a prepared statement before, and I regret not preparing something. But I do want to say that the Freight Transportation Advisory Committee is such an important component of the TPO. As businesses are growing here and coming to Miami-Dade and South Florida, it's really important that we have an important partner like the Transportation Planning Organization to provide the support that we need for businesses here. Just very briefly, let me just read this so you can understand what we do. The Freight Transportation Advisory Committee is the industry's advisory panel to the TPO's governing board. And our job is to advise the TPO on freight movement and truck traffic needs. Aside from advising the TPO, the FTAC considers the types of improvements that should be made with regard to safety and freight efficiency in the county, including but not limited to improving the turning radii for trucks, enhancing access to freight trucks, increasing capacity through select road widening projects, a lot of determining logistics for truck parking, and modifying access to both seaport and airport, and also the cruise industry as well. So all of this is really important to the work that we do for the TPO. And I just want to chime in with all the other organizations that have said Executive Director Bouclé's leadership is extremely important to all of the work that we do. And, I would be remiss not to come back and say that. So I appreciate your work, Elizabeth, your work as well. Always appreciate their work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And this time, if there's anybody online that would like to provide comments and would like to speak, if you would, please feel free to provide comments in the chat. And if you do, we invite you to provide your name and your agency and those comments in the chat. And even if you are online and already spoke, if you would like to provide additional comments in the chat, we welcome those comments. And Elizabeth, if you would, please remind the folks that when will the 30-day comment period
Yeah.
be?
Yes, you can provide additional comments all the way up to May 13th. And the information can be sent directly to Carlos. The information is on our homepage at Miami-Dade TPO.org. So if that's something you'd like to do, you may provide comments directly to him
Perfect.
till
Yeah.
May 13th.
Yeah. And my email is carlos.a.gonzalez with a Z at the end @dot.gov. Anybody else for now?
There's no one else online that everybody has spoken.
Okay, we'll put our mics on mute and then see if there's anybody else that comes, and we'll be here till 7 as far as because that's our commitment. Elizabeth, is there anybody else online?
At this time, there are no other speakers online or in person at this time.
Okay, well, everybody, thank you very much, and thank you very much online for participating. And once again, if you have any additional comments, please send them to TPO or send them to me, carlos.a.gonzalez@dot.gov. Once again, thank you for your participation.